hitting the go live button. We going live.
All right, get us started.
I got it. We can take care of all that behind the scenes. That ain't nothing. All right. Welcome to Star Sports. We're here tonight with the round table. We're going to be discussing the week two matchup between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys. We're part of the round table. Shout out to Fox 26. Going to give y'all a good show. Who we got in the building tonight?
What's good, Sauce Nation? You already know what it is. It's your boy Spitz. Hey, shout out Sauce Nation, shout out 526, shout out everybody in the round table. You already know what it is, but to give you some good content tonight already.
It's your boy Wise, Mister. It don't matter. It really don't matter. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you drop a comment. We want to hear what y'all got to say today. So, shout out to Sauce Nation. Shout out to Fox.
Yeah, we had a little minor difficulty behind the scenes, but everything's good right now. So let's go ahead and get into the of the night. You know, we just had a week two matchup between the Denver Broncos. You know, the score was very low. You know, it was a very lackluster performance. You know, from Russell Wilson and some guy named Davis Mills. How you guys feeling about him? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with you, Wise. How do you take this matchup, and what was your good, the bad, and the ugly from this game?
I mean, technically, this game showed us exactly what Davis Mills was going to bring us this whole season. When it comes down to the fourth quarter, when you put pressure on the guy, when you put him out there to try to win a game at the end of the day, he just don't got the talent. He ain't got the arm. He ain't got the confidence to go out there and win a game for a team. As we've seen 2 weeks in a row, our defense has held down the opposing team's offense, held them down to less than 20 points going into the fourth quarter. We had a lead going into the fourth quarter once again, and some way we fumbled the bag. Offense was blessed with good field possession. Just couldn't move the ball. When you look at Davis Mills, what concerns me with him is when he gets in the pocket, he folds. Like he gets scared. He think he about to take a sack, and he just literally falls to the ground and curls in the little ball. Go watch the film. He does that. Another thing that's very telling to me is he starts to try to force the ball. It's like he loses his mechanics in the third and the fourth quarter. He forgets who his personnel is. He forgets where guys is lining up. He throws checks downs on 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 12, throwing it and dipping it off to the running back. The guy doesn't even have the confidence to throw the ball more than 20 yards. And then this is a problem we've been preaching all offseason, and it's finally coming and showing to fruition, and it's showing on the tape. It's showing in the game when it really matters. We said last year,
Yep.
this guy, he can go out, he can put up the garbage time stats. Yeah, if we down by 28 in the fourth quarter, yeah, he going to go out there and throw 2 or 3 touchdowns because the third stringers and the second stringers is in for the opposing team. But when you got the real starters in, when you got the real defense of the opposing team in, when all the pressure is on you to go out and make a name for yourself, you fold under pressure, Davis Mims. And Pep Hamilton isn't any help either. Pep Hamilton had some bad play calling. We did see more of Dameon Pierce this year, but we didn't see enough of Dameon Pierce. They stopped using Dameon Pierce in the third and the fourth quarter. They stopped running the ball. I don't know what's going on with this franchise when it comes to offensive playing skills the last 2 weeks, but we got to get it together. I don't like to pray for a black man's job, bro. I really don't. But Pep Hamilton, if you don't get it together within these next 2 weeks, it's gonna get real ugly in Houston because the schedule ain't easy. Yeah, we got the Chicago Bears. That's gonna be the easiest game you got for the next couple of weeks. You about to go see the Chargers. You finna go see the Raiders. You about to go see some dogs that need some wins because they just took L's and they actually going fighting for a playoff position. So it's very upsetting when you see your defense go out there, make plays, get turnovers, holding teams to less than 21 points, multiple weeks, and the offense ain't able to put up 3 touchdowns. Yeah, we used to talk about, hey, the offense started the game slow. They couldn't get a drive in the first quarter and things of that sort. But now the offense can't even put up 21 points. Now the offense can't even put up 2 touchdowns. All we needed was 1 touchdown to win the game or to tie the game, and we couldn't even get it done. And I do want to commend
Yep.
Lovie Smith. Yeah, in the fourth quarter, on fourth down, he was able to take chances, and we was able to excel on those chances because we gave the ball to Dameon Pierce. But against Chicago next week, we need to see 75% Dameon Pierce. We do not need to see no more Davis Mims. The dude is washed. The dude is trash. The dude don't got the arm. He don't got the arm strength. He ain't got the talent. And he don't got the confidence to be a starting quarterback.
I agree. I agree with all the points you made. Spitz, man, how you feeling about this? You know, what's the good, the bad, and the ugly for you when it comes to this?
The good is the fight I'll put it, the good is the fight that the defense had. The way, even though Russell Wilson kept on going after Darius Stingley, and yes, Darius Stingley did give up some plays, and Cortland Sutton got the best of Darius Stingley in a couple plays, but Stingley never backed down, and he showed the heart that he has. Like he showed he never backed down. He showed that he got that dog mentality. He came back right at him and was bad down passes and was able to make a couple plays. Like I say, kind of reminiscent of the whole Jalen Ramsey versus Hopkins, Jalen Ramsey's rookie year, the game here in Houston, when Davis Mills, not Davis Mills, but when Brock Osweiler got benched for Tom Savage, that game right there was kind of similar. You kept on targeting and going after Jalen Ramsey, and Jalen Ramsey got a couple pass interference calls, and Hop was getting the best of Jalen Ramsey. But you've seen the dog mentality that Jalen Ramsey had. So that's why I seen with Stingley. The defense, like I said, outside, like the defense has been doing everything they possibly can for the past two games, outside of actually getting the ball and scoring a damn touchdown their damn self to win you a game. But you have yet to do anything offensively, and that's what it is with me. Like I said, the biggest tell of this game, and I was just looking at it while Wise was talking. It was a minute and 5 seconds left. It was an incompletion. It was incompletion by Russell Wilson in the red zone. Like I said, it was a minute. It was a minute and 5 seconds left. You had two timeouts. They had second down. The very next play, they run the football. If you call a timeout right there and there, you call a timeout. It was been. I looked at it. It would have been at 59 seconds. They would have ran one more play. You would have got the ball back with 50 seconds. Any competent, I'm not even going to say good, any competent quarterback, any competent offense, especially being in Denver with the air is thin, that's enough time to get down there to kick a field goal, especially when you're the underdog on the road. It's still going to have time tied at 6. You can go at halftime at least up 9-6. Then you get the field goal later on. Now you 12-6. Maybe it's a different ball game, even with Russell Wilson able to score a touchdown late and make it 16 to at that time be 16-12. It's a different type of ball game going in, and who knows, maybe some things might hit your way. But that right there shows me, if anything, the lack of faith that this team really has in Davis Mills. They're not going to go out there and say David. Like newsflash, the organization's not going out there and say David Mills not the guy, or we don't trust David Mills. That's not, or you've never seen that any horrible quarterback that you've ever seen on any franchise. They don't just go out there and just say, "Oh yeah, this quarterback trash and we tank it." That's not what they're going to say. So they're going to say all the right things, but you have to look at what they're not doing. They didn't go out there trying to get no big free agents as far as weapons to help him, like you see the Dolphins did, getting Tyreek Hill and things of that nature. You didn't go see him do things like that. And now you're seeing that they're not really doing things inside games that show that they actually trust the offense. So where is this trust factor coming in from the fan standpoint? I say the fans act more like Davis Mills, the franchise quarterback, than the actual organization that does. And at some point, your thirst and disdain for number 4 has to go away. That you can't just go out there and pick up anybody as the rebound quarterback. I feel like that's the main reason why people are so enamored with Davis Mills, is because he's the guy that's coming right after Deshaun Watson. It's like when you go after, when you end a breakup, the very next chick you meet, that's who you want to make your gal. Like the rebound chick. That's what Davis Mills is. He's the rebound back. That's what he is.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself, man. Y'all pretty much summed it up. The guy really, like, mechanically, he's just so flawed. Like, he could drive the ball. His arm talent is just sorely lacking, man. Matt Schaub, Case Keenum, Sage Rosenfels, Tom Savage, Brian Hoyer, Ryan Fitzpatrick, just so many other guys that we've had that have had to take the helm and be the Houston Texans quarterback at some time period have shown better arm talent than Davis Mills. I mean, he's literally on par with Brock Osweiler being one of the worst technically sound quarterbacks that has started for the Houston Texans. This dude is just bad. Like his we talked about this, in length, in the Discord, and it's just one of the things that constantly stands out is the fact that he can't drive the ball. Like he tries so hard to complete 40-yard passes. You can always tell what quarterbacks, and we just spoke this recently, you can always tell which quarterbacks have real arm talent because the way that the ball comes out and the type of velocity and how quick it gets there. And the fact that this man has no touch and he's struggling to throw the ball 40 yards plus is an extreme concern. You have guys who can go down the field. You have guys who can make plays in the open field. You have guys who can catch and run and do all sorts of things to be able to get the ball into the end zone. But he played better. I find it ironic that the one good thing that he is good at, which is the red zone, especially when it's 18 yards or less, how is it that you actually went as far as to get in the red zone like 3 or 4 times this game? You got in the red zone because you played better goal to goal situations, which you typically struggle in. The defense was playing lights out for an extreme time period. The fact that the Houston Texans defense, which is really based off of mostly rookies and younger players under like 25, 26. I understand we have some veterans at different levels of the defense, but the fact that 2 weeks in a row you held 2 Super Bowl caliber quarterbacks. I understand they're a little older as far as Matt Ryan is concerned. I understand we're playing in the division, and I understand Russell Wilson has not played up to where we think he could be so far for the Denver Broncos. But the fact that a young defense is able to stick with those caliber of guys, I have high hopes for the defense. The defense is clearly they played a lot better, but we had a lot of penalties on both sides of the ball. AJ McCann was horrible. Titus Howard was flat out trash. Get this dude up out of here. Like get him up out of here. He sucks. The left side of the line, what they did with Jamie and Pierce, because you mentioned that earlier, they didn't run the ball with him. He easily could have had 100 yards. Every time you've seen this man toting the rock for the most part, but he averaged over like 4.6 yards to carry. It's very good in the NFL. Give that man the ball more because your quarterback was not getting it done. Dudes were getting open. Nico Collins had a better showing versus last week. They depended on him a whole lot more. But it's even in red zone situations. Why are you throwing balls and passes to Brandon Cooks, who's a smaller guy? I understand he's going to fight for the ball. He's going to go out there and do everything he can to try to make plays. Don't you depend on your taller options? You got dudes on this team that are 6'7", 6'4", who can body guys. They can box them out, and they can go up and go play jump ball in the red zone. If not, they're going to be able, at least if they're not going to make the catch, if they're not going to catch the ball, they could at least force another penalty to be able to get you another opportunity to get points on the board. Doesn't make any sense to me what they're doing right now. It's plain as day that they don't believe in Davis Mills. They put him in every situation to be able to let him win the game. They took the ball out of Dameon Pierce's hands to show, okay, we have a quarterback. He's not what we need right now. He's not going to improve over the next few weeks. It's only going to get worse for him as these games, progress throughout the season. And it's going to be a whole lot of told you so. But as it stands right now, what are your how do you feel about Derek Stingley's performance specifically against Courtland Sutton? So go ahead and start, Spitz.
Like I said, I think. Was it a good performance? No. I think any Wise, who's a huge Derek Stingley fan, would be the first one to tell you. Was it a good performance? No. Was it encouraging? Yes. And the reason why I said it because, like I said, he didn't back down. Like I said, some of his woes, like I said, the one pass where where Cortland got behind him. He was a little bit too busy peeking, looking at Russell Wilson a little bit too much. He lost Cortland, and he also lost the placement of the football, so he wasn't able to make a play. Cortland's a big body, 6'4". He was able to jump up, high point the ball, was able to make the catch. Stingley was there to make the tackle, but he was able to make the catch nonetheless. Like I said, then off the two pass interference calls. But then when he got into the red zone, after back-to-back, giving up back-to-back pass interference calls, and then giving up what almost was a touchdown, but Cortland didn't get his foot in. They go right back at Cortland. They go right back at Darius Stingley, and he goes up and makes a high point PBU, knocks the ball down, and forces the Broncos to go out there and kick a field goal. He goes out there and makes a play. It was another one where he came through and he came barreling in and knocking the football out late. I think he had 2 pass breakups. Now the biggest play of the game from Denver's standpoint was Cortland's, I think it was like a 38-yarder that was in zone when Stingley passed. I think they were running cover 2, if I'm not mistaken. When Cortland when Darius Stingley passed Cortland off to Jonathan Owens, and Jonathan Owens didn't come in and didn't cover the zone quick enough, and he was able to find Cortland was able to find the crease and was able to get big chunk. That's not on Darius Stingley, because once he passed Darius Stingley off, once Darius Stingley passed him off, that's no longer his responsibility. That falls on Jonathan Owens, and that was the lapses more on Jonathan Owens. So I know a lot of people, when you're watching the TV copy and you don't realize and don't understand the difference between man-to-man and cover 2 and things like that, you probably Darius Stingley let him go, but that wasn't his fault. That was how the coverage was dictated. So, like I said, it was some ups and downs. You see some encouraging things, some things that definitely need to be cleaned up. But again, he's a rookie in his second NFL start, going up against a Pro Bowl caliber receiver in Cortland Sutton. So you expect things like that. Also, he's a big body. Just the simple fact that they trusted him enough to go one-on-one, man-to-man with him for the majority of the game shows you the confidence that they have in Darius Stingley, and then the dog fight that Darius Stingley gave you is enough to be encouraged that this kid gonna be okay. He's definitely gonna be okay.
Yeah, Wise, how you feel about Derek Stingley's performance? What do you think he did good? What do you think he did good? What do you think he did bad?
I see a lot of Stingley haters already. You can't be hating on the guy that's a rookie that's coming off of foot injury, and this is second NFL game going against an all-pro receiver in Cortland Sutton. And we cannot forget that Jerry Jeudy went out in this game, because when Jerry Jeudy went out, that made Cortland Sutton the primary focus of the Broncos offense, and he was targeted heavily in this offense. So the fact that this guy did not give up a touchdown, the fact that this guy did not give up yak, people don't understand what yak is, yards at the catch. That means he was there every time to make the play, to make the tackle right on spot. It wasn't like Cortland Sutton was breaking off for like 20, 30, 40 yards after catching the ball off of a 10-yard slant or anything like that. Those are the typical things that we're used to seeing as a Texan secondary. Also, when it came to the red zone, after he gave up that pass interference, when he came back and was resilient, he did this in the preseason too. After he made a mistake, he came back and followed up with a good play. A play that actually cost us and kept us in the game. So he's already getting battle tested early in his career. That's going to be a good thing. By year 2, year 3, people are going to be like, this man is a superstar. This man is locked down, because he didn't already went through everybody. He didn't went through some of the best talent, and this week is going to be a challenge too. It might be the Bears, but it's going to be a different look. He's going to have to go against a mobile quarterback compared to what he's been seeing the first 2 weeks. And you can call Russell Wilson, but he really didn't get out of the side of the pocket this last game. He was really working towards inside the pocket. So not too concerned with Stingley. His breakaway speed and his recovery, man, is great. It's great. I haven't seen that in a while from any player in the NFL. The fact that a guy can be 5 yards ahead of him, and then he can come back, recover, make a play on the ball, and make a play on or make a tackle on the play. But go ahead, Spitz.
No, I gotta ask you a question, man. Don't you think it's kind of ironic and kind of funny that you got people going out there saying, like you said, there's a lot of Stingley haters after 2 games, but yet these are the same people when you say something about Mills, or, man, you give him a chance. There's only week 2 of the NFL. He only played 11 starts. Like, last time I checked, Davis Mills has played way more NFL football than Darius Stingley. So if you already out on Darius Stingley, shouldn't you been way out on Davis Mills by now? I'm just asking.
I haven't seen anybody really say anything bad about Derek Stingley. I think I seen maybe like one person say something like in the comment section, just in like a random video, because you kind of want to go around and just see what the gist of, how stuff. You see a lot of videos, highlight videos of like matchups between DBs and corners, just so you can have some sort of entertainment value to measure what the players are doing. And the gist of what I've seen from Derek Stingley and people who watched him are very intrigued and can see the skill set and can see how every now and then, you're going to have breakdowns. You're not going to be perfect in every single game. And it's going to be hard when the other players, because they get paid millions to do a job the same way that you do. You got great players on both sides of the ball. His tracking ability, he is going to have to increase that a little bit. Sometimes I understand why he's looking at the QB in certain plays. I can understand, but sometimes I think he anticipates the routes a little bit too much, and they end up going away from him. But when he sees it, he sees it. Like when he sees the play, like one thing that I can see like already like crossing routes, good luck with that. If he diagnoses like and sees that you're gonna come at him on a crossing route or things like that, he's ready to play. Fade routes, don't even try.
Talking about the crossing route, talking about that crossing route when he came and knocked Cortland Sutton out. When he came up,
yeah. This is the thing. I know why he looks at the quarterback too, because he trusts his talent a whole lot, which is not slight at all. I mean, it's not slight at all. I know I talked about Sauce a lot because I think the Sauce was a little bit more technically sound. But this is the thing about Derek Stingley. If Derek Stingley, once the floodgates get open, and once when he starts guessing, he guesses right. Like I said, I think once them floodgates is going to be open, you're going to see bad passes and interceptions at a clip, like how when JJ started diagnosing plays, and you start seeing sacks at a clip for JJ. I think their knowledge for the game and their instincts, rather, that's the word I'm going to use, instincts. I think their instincts for the game, even though it's two totally different positions, are kind of on par with each other. How JJ had knows to jump into the passing lane, to knock down passes, and to get sacks. I think Derek Stingley has that same nose and instincts to get pass breakups and to get interceptions. He just got to find his footing because it's only week 2. It's his second NFL game. It's only week 2. Once those floodgates open, like when those floodgates open for JJ and it start to click, good luck on stopping Stingley. The only way you're going to stop him is not throwing his direction.
Exactly.
It's the only way you're going to stop him.
As he get more experience.
All right, let me shout out Curtis Sloan in the super chat. He says, support Spitz. Is the Texans fans waiting for Davis Means to be a Lamar, Mahomes, or Allen? Is Titus Howard a bum? I think Stingley is overhyped. He gets beat when it matters. It's shaky. Go Colts. They suck. That wouldn't be correct because the man hasn't given up a touchdown yet. Yeah, he done gave up some yards, a few catches. What corner really doesn't? It was plays that really could have went really bad for Derek Stingley. Even when he created a situation where they were able to get in the red zone, the Broncos couldn't capitalize in the red zone. It got to a point where they couldn't believe that they were actually neck and neck with the Houston Texans on defense. And the fact this defense is so young and they were able to keep Russell Wilson out of the red zone for they were able to keep him out of from getting a touchdown for 3 quarters. Like they held it down. So that's not an accurate assessment that he's shaky. I understand that's not accurate at all.
Encouraging, yes.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say it because he didn't back down. Like I said, some of his walls, like
what happened?
Yeah, I know it just
happened.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, no, that was. I mean, it was me, but that wasn't me. I don't know. I just heard myself. I wasn't saying anything.
That was wild. I was like, "What? We got the goals going on."
I thought you were just saying something though.
But the game should.
So I had a replay. It wasn't me. It just started talking. I don't know where it was.
But
They
Stingley
come out of
Jr.
nowhere,
The game
punch
is
your
going
ass to top or
the
something
game
like
is
that.
going to slow down for Stingley Jr. The game eventually going to slow down for him. He's
Right.
going to start seeing the pre snaps. Motions and things of that sort. He's gonna be able to read how the offensive line is trying to pick up blitzes. He's gonna be able to see how receivers are lining up on the line, if they're gonna be leaning inside, leaning outside, if they're gonna be making the stopping goals. He's gonna start picking up on things like that, and it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time for him to see different type of receivers. You got your physical receivers like Sutton. Week 1, he went against another physical receiver in Pittman. So that tell me, okay, with physical receiver, he really ain't gonna have no issues, especially when he in man-to-man coverage. So now the test is gonna be when he go against some of these smaller, more faster guys. We do play the Dolphins this year, so he's gonna have to see a Jalen Waddle. He's gonna have to see a Tyreek Hill. He's gonna have to see some guys
With
like that.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, Devontae Adams. So it's gonna be some matchups this year, and not every corner is gonna hold receivers to under 100 yards. That's not possible in today's NFL.
And the fact that he did that 2 weeks in a row as a rookie, bro, against some all-pro caliber talent, bro, that's saying something about Derek Stingley, even coming off of an injury, and the fact that he's playing this well. For people who know what they're looking at, they're not really surprised at what he's doing.
No,
most people are not surprised whatsoever.
What you pondering over there, mate?
I'm not pondering over nothing. I'm rewatching the red zone play when the Texans got their last field goal, and the play that Wink was talking about when he throws when Davis Mills throws a jump ball to Brandon Cooks, 5'11" Brandon Cooks. There were 4 defenders right there, a corner, 2 safeties, and a linebacker. And on the opposite side, Nico's one-on-one with his corner in the opposite corner by themselves. That's it. And Davis Mills never read through progression. He dropped back and his head never looked past Brandon Cooks. He stayed staring at Brandon Cooks the whole time. He never looked anywhere else. He just said, "Hut," and just dropped back and threw it straight to Brandon Cooks' area, who was it was like I said, it was 4 defenders because Brandon Cooks and Farrell Brown was both in the area. You had 2 linebackers, you had a linebacker, 2 safeties in the corner, or two corners in the safety.
He known for that. I don't know. I don't understand.
Like the fact that this was the worst part, because I wanted to get into this because I wanted to get into the Pep Hamilton, because what you just said leads into the Pep Hamilton discussion. Pep Hamilton came out with a report, I think, after the game, where they literally limited, because he wasn't seeing the whole field, they limited him to only half of the field. And if this is the way most guys who are limited to like field or have to see just a segment generally play better, because they already have a certain kind of read. They already know it. But the reason why he's limited to that, because he can't make all the passes. He doesn't have the throw power. He doesn't have the awareness. He doesn't have the pocket presence. He can't move. He has poor mechanics. And he quite frankly, he can't just drive the ball and make plays. Like, I understand the play calling is setting him up to a second, so he's not all to blame, but at the end of the day, when he's the best hope for you to be able to win games, and the game is specifically on him, I don't understand how anybody is going to be able to wait for any assessments on him telling the truth the bye week. At the end of the day, you can see in real time what he is, and he has not gotten better in any game that he has played. He played exactly like this all last year, but all of these numbers are coming out on CBS that he was the best this, he was the best that, he better than Trevor Lawrence, he better than Zach Wilson, he better than Mac Brown. All of them dudes he lost to, but somehow he's better than them. I don't understand how you can be better than somebody but lose to him. It just doesn't make sense to me in my world. But how do y'all feel about this play calling? I got something to say. Pep Hamilton.
I got something to say about Davis Mims. When you really go back and watch the games in real time, this dude is not making his reads. He's not making any progression. He's not looking to his second, his third, his fourth option. He's looking at the running back first. He's looking at the running back first, and he's looking to Brandon Cooks. If they're not open, maybe he might throw it to a tight end if you're lucky. I mean, you know what really pissed? Excuse my French. You know what really made me mad What do all normal teams run on third and short? They run that little nice play action, dump it off to the fullback wide open. This dude cannot even get the ball to the fullback that was 2 yards right there. He threw it in the duds. He can't. He don't got the footwork. He don't got the technique. He ain't got the pocket presence. He just don't got it. He can't put it together. He been playing football forever.
Then got behind him. He was like I said. I asked this question on my live last week, and even Davis Mills supporters couldn't even give me an answer. I asked this question last week that when it was in overtime, third down overtime, 31. Why couldn't the Texans, 31, you spread out the offense, you spread out the defense. You have Brandon Cooks, you have Brandon Cooks and Chris Conley on one side, have Nico and Phil Dorsett on the other side. You spread the defense out. You and the running back and shotgun, and it's a run pass option. You only need 1 yard. He reads the defense and he makes the right decision on I can hand to the running back to get the 1 yard, or I fake to the running back and I do a little dump off to one of my receivers or my tight end, whoever's open, and get the first down. If I ask this. If he's not able to do that, he cannot spread the defense out there like that and read the defense. What have they been doing all off season? What have they been doing in training camp? I asked this one more time.
No.
In the last drive, after he gets strip sacked and they recover the football, it is 2nd and 19. You are down by a touchdown with less than 2 minutes left to go. The 2-minute warning's already kicked off. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Less 2 minutes. You're down by a touchdown. You know you need a touchdown to tie the game. Or actually, no, it's been a touchdown tie the game. You touchdown tie the game. It's 2 and 19. You don't have a 2 and 19 play. You know that you're in 4th down territory. Why are you trying to get a first down on all 3 plays? Why are you not okay? Because why is the offense not constructed? Okay, good. Okay, we need 19 yards. We got 3 plays to get them. Let's get 5 yards here. Let's get 7 yards here. Let's get the remaining yards here. Like, let's do that. Let's get it in chunks. You're not gonna. Hey, if somebody breaks loose and we get 19 yards or 20 yards, cool. That's gravy. But more than likely, you're not getting 19 yards, especially in this offense. What they've shown you, there's not no big play offense. You ain't get 19 yards in one play. So. What are they doing all offseason? So you said you brought in asking about pimping his offense. What have they been doing? I want to know. I need receipts. Somebody let me know what was going on in training camp. Were they twirling their thumbs? Were they too busy taking pictures in the brand new red helmets? Was that what they doing? I don't understand. I don't know what they was doing because obviously they have not devised an offensive game plan at all for somebody that's supposed to be your damn franchise quarterback. I don't get it. I don't understand. Please, somebody help me know. Anybody that was out during training camp, all the fans out there watching training camp games, please comment. Let me know what was going on during training camp because I don't see a damn thing. I don't see nothing that's going on right now.
Yeah. I personally don't get it because it's bro. This team is constructed exactly the way that you would need a young team to really be right now. It's just it lacks, talent on a couple of aspects of this football team that definitely, because the interior D-line pressure, the right guard spot, the right tackle is questionable. You got a questionable play caller. You got a lot of things that aren't working in the favor of success when it comes to the Houston Texans. But Davis Mills has not the things, and I know they like to talk all this. Yeah, I think it's really easy to look somewhat decent in preseason. That's how, because that's how they sell us. They're like,
this in preseason.
Looking for a product that you want to just be able to just line up for the product. Like, they shouldn't have to be selling it to us. It should be good enough to where we are already waiting for it. Like, we starving for it. We have to have it. The Houston Texans have not given us this in some time. So when you have this situation consistently, and I understand they're trying to take a different approach when it comes to this football team, and we can see where they're trying. They're trying to do some different things. But Pep Hamilton was never the guy, you're not using your running back. Clearly, you see that your quarterback is not getting it done, but you take the ball out of your run. One thing I have never understood about this team, they always go away from the stuff that works. Like, why can't you just let people stop what you are good at? If they can't stop it, don't stop.
Like when we
Don't-
go
I don't
from
understand.
like
I
when
don't
we go from
understand
into
the
zone.
logic.
only
If you don't know how to do this, if you can't stop me running the ball to the left side of the line, and I keep gashing you for 8-9 yards, eventually, if I run that play, or if we put ourselves in situations where if Davis Mills can at least complete 3 or 4 passes between 10 and 12 yards, and you running for 8-9 yards a clip, pretty soon you're doing two things. You're killing the time. You're helping your defense out by making sure that they have enough stamina to be able to continue with the other guys on the other side of the ball. And then you're taking it out of those guys' playmakers' hands. So at the end of the day, I don't understand how we make it more football sense than people who have actually been involved in football, but they try to make the sport much harder than it really is. It's not that difficult of a sport when everyone is doing their job, and because clearly we can see from a secondary standpoint, those guys trust each other. Hence why they haven't really given up any big plays inside of the red zone. They're playing well on third down. They're causing dudes to think they're making the right amount of, and forcing talented guys like Russell Wilson. Because the way that this defense played against Russell Wilson, bro, I was like, we can't be serious. Like the fact that you hold Russell Wilson to 1 touchdown, I understand the Seahawks did that, but they know him. They played against him. They know what his tendencies are. So it was a lot easier for those guys to be able to make the plays that they did. But in terms of the Houston Texans, I thought this game initially was going to end up being a blowout when you just see the name Russell Wilson. We're playing in Mile High, and then they have the options that they have. One thing that I'm saying is Houston Texans defense doing, we beating dudes up. It's going to be a matter of time before, it starts to come back on us. But, like, dudes are getting beat up. Dudes are going out. We're talking about key playmakers for whatever teams that we're playing right now. And I like the ferocity that they're playing with. But the defensive plays and the way and the attitude that they have is going to be in vain the whole season because Davis Mills is not the guy to make sure that he plays with consistency. Consistency is the key thing to beat anything in sports. So why are they giving this man a shot when you could like if he's not playing well, put in Driscoll. Put in like stop having Kyle Allen inactive and playing. Take him out, put in the best players, and just because he's your third round pick and his name is Davis Mills does not mean he needs to be starting for your team. And he's hindering a lot of progress that down the line guys need. How are guys going to get better if they can't even get the ball? Doesn't make any sense to me. What you got to say about this, Wise?
Spitz can go first. I know he has something real fast.
Yeah, I was going to bring up because you were talking about how they play against Russell Wilson and only holding him to a touchdown. It's bigger than that. They held him to under 45% from throwing. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Keep going. I said, oh, now I can't hear you. Now you mute.
Hello? You sure?
What's
going on?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now you good. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, yeah. I don't think he can hear me. But what I was saying, like, you hold them to under 40. You hold them to under 45% completion percentage. Like Russell Wilson, who is a elite quarterback, you hold him under 45%. I know he hasn't looked good the past 2 weeks, but that means something.
When y'all get on the mic, I can't hear you.
Like the way the defense is playing. Our offense is not giving our defense enough. Like I said, our defense is doing everything outside of actually scoring touchdowns they damn self to win you football games. And at some point, even though I said, hey, the Texans gonna win 6 games, at the end of the day, when you're in the middle of a game and you see that the Texans should be 2-0, and yet they 0-1-1, it's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating, especially when you know they should have won the games. If the offense gives you just a little bit more, you win the game.
Okay, I got something to say. Okay, I got something to say now. I'm tired of talking about this sorry bastards, Davis Mills. Levy, can you please pay my white boy? I want to see my white boy on the fields. Garrett Wallows. I want to see him at linebackers. He a crazy white boy. Is he gonna knock dudes out? I want to see him. Yeah, Christian Kursky made a lucky interception, but Christian Kursky gave up a touchdowns. Like every time I see that boy Wallow on the field, he making a play. It's time to see Wallows get opportunities. I can't wait till I see Christian Harris come back. When Christian Harris come back, this defense is going to look even better. It's going to look so much better you ain't going to even understand. Because the fact that Christian Harris can run a 4-4, 4-3, high 4-3s, he can cover wide receivers, he can cover tight ends, he going to throw the haymakers on guys. It's going to bring our defense to a whole nother level. Another guy I liked for another second week performance was Harrison, the fullback. Another phenomenal performance from him. And I've seen a lot of guys trying to hate on my boy Kenyon Green. Kenyon Green. Oh, somebody got some echo. Kenyon Green had a hell of a game. Kenyon Green had a hell of a game again as a starter. Yeah, he only gave up one. I don't even think he gave up a pressure. He did have a confusion with Tunsil where the guy came inside. He took on the block, and Tunsil let the guy go outside, and it was a sack again. But that ain't on the rookie. I'm sorry. He took on the guy that came inside. He helped on his side of protection. It's just that Tunsil didn't pick up the guy coming up the blitzing off the edge once again. Another guy I want to say a good job was Quesenberry at center. Quesenberry, hell of a performance. Better than that sorry bastards, Justin Britt. Justin Britt, we don't care what the news is. I hope it's nothing bad to your family or anything like that. But it's time for you to retire us. It's time for you to retire
I think
that pitiful.
I think that's what the news is. I think he's leaning towards retirement.
He gotta retire because that performance he put up week 1 was putrid. It was terrible. We don't want to see another center like that in Texans histories. Goodbye and good riddance. The next person I want to say is Nico Collins. Nico Collins, hell of a plays. Made 2 good plays. Fought through contact, running hard, fighting through corners and things of that sort. Hell of a game. Just too bad he doesn't have a quarterback. It's just we so close. It's always with the Texans. We so close. We need one piece here. We need one piece there. We can get to the Super Bowls. Look at this season. This is a season where we can win the AFC South easily. Easily, we could have made the playoffs if we just had a manageable quarterback at quarterback this year. If we could have had Tyrod, we could have went to the AFC champions and made the playoffs this year. Look at the Colts. The Colts got another hard game coming up this week. The Titans got another hard game. Everybody playing the AFC West. They ain't winning. And we got the Bears. If we beat the Bears and everybody else lose, we in first place again. But do I think we're going to beat the Bears with Davis Mills? No. I don't have no confidence, and it's a shame. It's a shame. It's like the fact that people try to hype this dude up the whole offseason. The fact that he went on NFL Networks, Good Morning Footballs, Pat McAfee shows, the Twitters, the Radio 610s, the Radio 290s, the Fox, the CBS, whatever. He's still a sorry bastard at the end of the day. He can hype up himself. Jesus Christ can give him baby oils, and he's still going to be trash at the end of the day. Ain't nobody can save this man. Not Jesus Christ himself. I mean, we tried. We did all the rituals, and he still couldn't get over the hump. He couldn't get over the hump. I'm tired of seeing him. Give me Kyle Allen. Give me Drip Driscolls. It really don't matter. Call up Packers. Give me Jordan Loves. Call up Dolphins. Give me Teddy Bridgewater. I don't care. Please, I'm ready to see some competition. Yeah, we've been tanking. Yeah, I'm like, yes, I want a top draft pick. But when we losing games this close, it is so hard as a Houston Texans fan to watch this over and over and over. It's like we're watching it and repeat the history, bro. It's like the repeat of the history. It's like, okay, we get a good team. We made the playoffs. Oh, we get a good team. We got a good defense. We don't got our quarterbacks. Oh, we got a number 1 pick. It ain't no good quarterback. Every time it's time for us to have a number 1 pick, ain't no quarterback available. So if we do get the number 1 pick this year, who's to say any of them quarterbacks going to turn out to be good? Let's look at the quarterbacks for the last 2 seasons. All of them been trashed thus far. But that's all I gotta say. Sorry, let me calm down. Oh yeah, and please hit the like button and please get us to 7K subscribers. We only like 50 or 40 subscribers. Like y'all need to do some work on that.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned something. I just looked it up real quick. I think the Texans are going to be leading. I'm saying all this. The Texans are going to be leading the AFC South after next week. The Titans play the Raiders. The Colts play the Chiefs, and the Jags play the Chargers. Like this division is so horrible. Like this division is so bad. I think North Shore could come in there and win the AFC South.
Yeah, they could. It doesn't make any sense. Like how bad this team is, bro. Bro, they couldn't be the dead squirrel right now. Like, bro, it's just right now. Like on offense, this looks so putrid. Like it looks way worse than the 2015 offense. You know, besides Hopkins that year, like that offense was bad. The 2016 offense was really bad. Like I don't get exactly like why this team, you know, is always in a situation where they just can't have it done collectively. I mean, we see this time and time again. I don't get it. I don't know why they just don't. And we're sick of it, bro. Like we need to see something. We want to see something like the offense is what really, you know, is what put asses in seats anyway. So why not go ahead and do what you can and put the best people in? Like I feel like if you at least gonna put
Byron Leftwich.
Like, hey, someone.
D'Amico Ryan.
Pep Hamilton ain't it, bro. Like everybody who was trying to pump up and was saying that Pep Hamilton was going to do this, you think just because he had Justin Herbert a couple of years ago, Justin Herbert didn't need no help from no Pep Hamilton. Justin Herbert ain't good right now because of no damn Pep Hamilton. When you got a load offense like that, how can you not get something done? The guy's he's making good plays. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it.
You got somebody saying, man, Andrew Luck wouldn't have been Luck without Pep Hamilton.
Oh my God! Stop it!
Justin Herbert wouldn't be Justin Herbert without Pep Hamilton.
Who said that? Time out. Oh, you know, I got a point to make. Give me 30 seconds.
It makes complete sense why he was taking so many sacks that long. It makes a whole bunch of sense why his offense could never block for Andrew Luck until the 2018 season when they got with Quentin Nelson. So it makes a whole lot of sense to me as to why they were not successful. And it makes even more sense why Colts fans despise him to this day. The Colts fans were cheering, and a lot of Colts fans knew exactly why they thought they would win against us. It's because Pep Hamilton is calling the plays. He ain't no better than Bill O'Brien. He's George Godsey level when it comes to calling these plays. And we all know how bad he was. So I mean,
bro, think about it. The Tyrod Taylor's curse. The Tyrod Taylor blessed every rookie quarterbacks. They all went on to be all pro rookies and all of this and this and that, except for Davis Mills. Everybody got better except for Davis Mills. How is that possible?
Hey, the look for no, and it's funny that you say that, Wink, because there's a lot of Texan fans, and y'all know who y'all is. Y'all was in the chats, y'all was in the messages, there's a lot of Texan fans out there that have Pep Hamilton being the head coach and waiting.
Damn sure was. We seen it. We got it. Y'all can't sit here and act like y'all wasn't saying it. We seen several of you. You know, it's the breakfast. It's the is. You know, Davis Mills is the best quarterback ever. We know you be trolling. We get it, bro. We get it. We get it that a whole lot of y'all want Davis Mills to be good. Dude ain't good. Dude was never an elite talent. I don't know how. I don't even know what these reports is coming out that he was the best dude coming to the state or whatever. He was this, he was that. Bro, when he lose to Justin Fields this week, then what are we gonna say? You're gonna still say that he was better. And you know how they gonna say that he better? He gonna end up having he might have better numbers or he might throw a couple more touchdowns, but then Justin Fields is still gonna win the game. Which makes no sense to me. You're going to sit here and say that he's better. I can understand that argument to some point if the defense lets you down or something that nature. But Davis Mills is always going to find a way to lose the game.
It's,
Dude be up 17, 18 points and be losing the game.
it's gonna be a situation where Davis Mills has 240 yards and Justin Fields had 240 yards and 1 touchdown, no pick, and Justin Fields probably will have 200 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 picks, and they're see, he told you got better numbers. Okay, how those picks occur and how did touchdown occur? Did he score a game-winning touchdown? Oh, okay. Did Davis Mills fumble the ball? Oh, okay. Did Davis Mills give up a sack when it was nut cutting time? Oh, okay. On the last drive, did he wet the bed like he always does? Okay.
Always.
Like people want to compare him and talk about he's the next Tom Brady. Tom Brady was clutch.
He's the next Tom Brady.
He's the opposite of clutch because of because Nick Casario, he's a late round quarterback. They were trying to draw those type of comparisons.
It's a third round pick. It ain't late. What? Oh, so now third round picks is late picks now?
Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just repeating what I read in comments. That's all.
Bro. I just don't get it. I don't. This team, bro, the fans of this team, it ain't even the team. It's the fans, bro. The fans make rooting for the Texans, bro, so aggravating, bro. We got dudes like Brickfoot and just, the A.O. Noahs of the world and, all of these guys, that it is to say that just so, you can have a little bit of confidence. If you say anything about the Texans, then you somehow are deemed like not a fan of the team, bro. At the end of the day, you should be able to say exactly what it is because at the end of the day, you're invested in the product. We talk about the product. Our credibility is on the line talking about this team. Yeah, we can talk about football, but that's about the only thing that we're going to be good at because it seems like talking about the Texans ain't beneficial at all.
Man, bro, I hate that. I hate that whole comment when they like, you don't sound like fake Texas fans. Y'all not real Texas fans. I'll put it to like this, and I know all you real Texas fans wouldn't even do this, and both wise and weak contestants because we are in a fantasy football league together.
Right.
I'll refrain from drafting any player, how good they is, that plays in the AFC South. Because that's how diehard of a Texas fan I am. I don't want to root for any player in the division. Am I right or wrong? I will pass up.
But yeah, that's what you did say. You did say the team.
Look at my roster. I don't draft any. Ain't no King James, not King James, but no King Henrys. Ain't no JTs. Ain't nobody. Back when Peyton Manning, no Peyton Mannings. None of that.
You don't want to win, bro. You don't want to win, bro.
Nah, I still win. I still don't win. I might be losing right now, but I still win. Don't worry, I still win.
He say, "Yeah, I'm losing," but before you know it,
exactly. My boy Trey Lance got hurt yesterday. He cost me the whole games. Wow, Trey Lance. Why this week?
Josh Allen.
Trey Lance. Oh, let me go ahead and eat my crow because they're gonna say I didn't eat my crow. Let me go ahead and eat my crow because you know them. Trey Lance, I gotta say it. Trey Lance did not turn out to be the quarterback that Wise thought he was gonna be. Trey Lance is.
I mean, it ain't over yet for him, bro. I mean,
he's technically not a bust yet, but it's gonna be hard for him to overcome not playing football for 3 years straight. It's gonna be very tough. It's gonna be very unfortunate when Jimmy G's still on contract for the year after. So, Wise gonna eat his crow and say Trey Lance is not a superstars quarterback. It's gonna be highly unlikely for him to be a superstars quarterback. Is it possible? Yeah, anything is possible in this world. But I'm just gonna go ahead and eat my crow and say that Trey Lance ain't the answers for now. So, I still support
a game and a quarter. Like I'm trying to figure out, like how can you?
I have to because they got the haters. The haters gonna hate on Wise regardless of what I say. I could say something and say it 100% right, and the shit can come into fruition. Oh, excuse my language. It can come into fruition like Stingley Jr.'s, and then they'll be like, "Oh no, Wise never said that Stingley Jr.'s was coming to the Texans. Oh no, Stingley Jr.'s is sorry now. Now they gonna act like Stingley Jr.'s ain't good." So I had to just make sure I said it. I did hype up Kevin Johnson in the past. If you don't know, I said
It's
Kevin
gonna be-
Johnson
yeah,
is going to be a
Evidence, bro.
superstar.
We can
grow.
always refer back to what we said. We know what we said, and at the end of the day, we already know who really messing with it because they already in the Discord. Make sure that you subscribe. Hit that Discord, hit the description box, and make sure that y'all get in that Discord. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're gonna have to bring this stream to a close. Is there anything that you fellas want to say before we get on about here?
Hit the like button.
Yeah. Hit the like button. We only have 57 likes. Get us
Man,
hey,
shout out to 526. Shout out to Sauce Next. We already know what it is. We don't having fun, but it's frustration. All this is frustration after 2 weeks. It is still a long season. It's still a lot of more football to be played, but in short answer, cuz ain't it. Just simple and plain. Cuz he ain't it.
Yeah.
What I gotta say is,
termite.
Thank you for everybody tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join the Discord. Like Wink said, we're gonna have conversation in the Discord every day, just about. What else I had to say? We're gonna be doing some pre-games for the games this year. We're gonna be at the Browns game, December 4th. Make sure y'all there. It's gonna be a whole event. It's gonna be the best tailgate you've never been to before. Yeah, we're gonna have like I keep saying, we're gonna have the Browns already stole our idea. They already got the massage tables ready and things of that sort. Don't worry, we still gonna have the massage tables. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be square, and it's gonna have the massage oil warm to room temperature, 97.3 degrees
man, on that note,
Fahrenheit.
On that note, man, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna shut down the stream. Shout out to 526. Catch us next week at 7 o'clock. We'll be live again. For everybody ask for Honcho, he's gonna be back pretty soon. So yeah, just make sure that y'all waiting. We'll be holding it down in the meantime. Shout out to South Sports.
Stop being a Deshaun Watson fan. Wink. He's the sorries.
Well, what happened?
I said Deshaun is sorries. Bye.
Man, we out, man. Y'all catch us out next week.
CJ Stroud, Bryce Young.